Okay, guys, so as I was recording that video, we had a crazy crash happening. As I said, I was unsure if it was going to happen or not, and it is happening right before our eyes. Looks like it's back down to 67,900, but we had a bounce. You can watch this. All the coins that I just listed are probably down a lot. I'm not going to go rehash them for you right now, but definitely check this out. Definitely check all the tokens that I just named. They probably are cheap now. So I told you it was coming. I knew, I had a feeling this is like, it was overbought. The Fear and Greed Index was showing this, dude. I had a feeling about it. Anyway, have a good night, guys. Just wanted you to know, even though I just made a video that you're about to watch that has a whole bunch of tokens that probably not the same price. Watch this video, check the tokens out, and do your own research. Not financial advice. Take a look though. Have a good night. Good evening, everyone. It is 10:15, March 14, 2024. Just want to start with Bitcoin. And just so you know, going forward, format is Bitcoin first because Bitcoin controls the market. Bitcoin goes up and everything else usually follows it. And same thing, if it takes a downward trend, that the altcoins usually take a way worse downward trend. So that's when you try to pick up most of your, what we like to call sales. So what you can do is either, like I said the other day, you can buy in now or wait. And every time I think we're going to have a dip, it doesn't happen. But I feel like we might be at the point where it's gonna happen because the other day when I was looking at CoinMarketCap, and we can just do that real quick together. You should use this as a tool. I'm about to show you. Let's see. We go to CoinMarketCap.com. We have a Fear and Greed Index. Right now it's at an 89, which it has gone down. What happens is the higher the greed, the more money that's coming into the market and flooding all these other tokens with more money. So the more money that comes into the market, the more money that goes into all the other coins, which makes them go up. All right. So what happens is once it gets oversold, you start having a downward trend in the Fear and Greed Index, which means people are getting scared, right? They're like, wow, this is like way too high for the market to go this quick. And it's also, like I said in my last video, that it's not normal for the market to have had an all-time high broken before the halving. So what I also want to show you real quick for your future reference, whenever you want to look into how altcoins are going to perform, what you can do is use this Bitcoin dominance chart as a reference of where the money is going as far as the market goes. So if you look, blue is Bitcoin, green is Ethereum, the rusty color is like is what's called USDT, which is the Tether. That is the one of the stable coins that are attached to the United States dollar, and then, or supposed to be backed by the United States dollar. And then we have BNB token, which is an exchange that offers, they all have their own currency on the exchange. So, and what happens is people actually accrue these tokens. That's one of the first things I'm going to cover in this video today is what are the best tokens to get into, getting into this bull market because of things that are going to be required, okay, for buying things and selling. So what we're going to do is look at how these things perform together, right? So you got Bitcoin really dominating right over the last year up until you see this downward trend, right? How there's less and less blue here. There's going to be a higher dominance. See that dominance is 51% here, 40, and this is where we had right here. We've had our first real altcoin spike was in this October, November to February, and then we had a sell-off, and then Bitcoin reclaimed the dominance over 50%. But what happens after there's more Bitcoin sold off is that it's coming down into these other layers here, right? So Ethereum usually follows Bitcoin or the altcoins after Bitcoin comes down in its market cap, and then the altcoins have that massive explosion, and that's where the real money is when it comes to the bull run, because Bitcoin's already kind of soaked up a lot of liquidity at this point too. But that's not to say that doesn't it's not going to run a lot. It's just that your X's are higher. Like you get way more profit when it comes to trading altcoins. Bitcoin is a very safe bet though. So I have some Bitcoin, and I'm not going to sell it. Probably not until way later in the market explosion phase. So, all right. So, and also I just want to do a little shout out for my brother. He owns a business in Kingston, New York, and it's also online. What he does is hormone replacement therapy, weight loss therapy, peptide therapy, IV hydration. He also offers medical marijuana certification. You can contact him for any questions, and you can let him know I sent you on over. He's been running this business for, I believe, 6 years now, 7 years, and he's expanded to 30 states. I'm not sure which states he does practice in. Again, if you have any questions, you can contact him. And I'll go ahead and just show you this little video that he has posted here.
My name is Patrick Tracuzzi, the owner of the clinic. We are excited that you are thinking about working with us. So if you decide to move forward, you will get an email with written up, detailed instructions. But I wanted to summarize the initial steps to get started. First thing that happens is that you must fill out the Contact Us information section in its entirety. Depending on which program you select, you will get consent forms emailed to you from our software, depending on the program you select. Now, after you do your consent forms, the consent forms will be reviewed by myself or one of the other providers that works at our clinic. Based off of your consent form questionnaire, we will send a lab slip automatically to either LabCorp or Quest based on yourself or your health insurance preference. After your consent forms and your lab results are in, someone from our intake team will contact you for a consultation within 24 to 48 hours. Now, our goal is to keep the line of communication between yourself and our clinic as smooth and streamlined as possible. So, if you do not hear from us within 24 to 48 hours after filling out the Contact Us section, we ask that you email us again or call our office. Thank you so much. We look forward to working with you.
So, like I said, give him a call. Go on the website. It's improvedyoutoday.com, and check him out. It's definitely good for us older folk to get our blood work done and check to see if we have any anomalies that shouldn't be happening to us at our age, and get replacement therapies for things that can be controlled. Blood work is one of the most important things you could ever do for yourself, and though, doing it every 2-3 years through your doctor is not really a great idea. I feel like you should be. I'm not a doctor, but my brother's pretty close to one, and I would say that, if he's requiring us to go ahead and get our blood work done every 3 to 6 months, that we should all be doing that all the time. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and, like I said, I was going to talk about the exchange tokens and why they're awesome, and you should probably think about possibly buying some. Not financial advice, just I said you should do some research on these. So BNB, like I said in the Bitcoin dominance chart, it shows literally that it holds a huge chunk of the market. Now I'm going to show you something. Had you bought some BNB token, like, let me see, we'll just go back 3 months, right? Had you bought some BNB token back in December, like $243, we can go back even a little further, right? So, I mean, it's pretty cheap regardless. Yeah. $210, whatever. $240 is a really good entry still. Look at it, $600 price tag on that. And what's going to happen is the more money that comes into these exchanges and requiring them to use this pair, because you know, if you're not familiar, some of these tokens that are on these exchanges are strictly paired with BNB. It's not available with USDT. So what you have to do is you have to go buy BNB token, and then you have to go on the exchange and use this token to get other tokens. And also, to swap, you need this token sometimes. If it's only released on the Binance chain right off of the bat, and just so you know, that is if you think a token is going to explode and do well, and you want to get it right away, what you do is you get it before it's available on any other exchange. Once it's in your wallet and it starts going on other exchanges after the fact, that's when you see the highest gains, because every time, every time it gets listed on an exchange, more people buy it. So the longer you hold that, and the more people that buy the token, the more money you make. And in this case, it's really easy to see that when you see BNB. And then if you look, let's see, Thorchain is another really good one. Rune. If you look back, let's just go back again, another 3 months. Boom, look at this. $3.99. Let's go back a little further, because this one really moves a lot all the time. Once the market starts moving, it explodes. This happened in the last bull market too. Boom, bang. Talking big gains here. I mean, we're still far away from all-time high on this one. Look at this. $20.87 all-time high. And Rune, I think, maybe one of those hidden gems at the moment. If you just wait for this to come down a little bit, you can get a really good entry on this, because I mean, you see, this is really where the support is, but we got some here too. It's it took a little fall, bang, it's going here, and then it's going up. So if this ever falls again and it bounces in this area, then we know it's got some support. And we got some support back here with it too, but not a lot. I mean, it's just not enough. So, but yeah, this one, I would say, regardless if you get it now or you wait, you have a lot of upside. And that's a lot of what I'm going to show you with a lot of these tokens, is going to be that, even if they pump now, they're still a safe bet, regardless whether you want to get in now. If you plan to hold them long term. This is not a short term advice video. I don't really want to do any of those, because I don't want to be responsible for you making a bad decision. And this is not financial advice. So, it's still, you're going to make decisions based off what I'm telling you. So, again, do what you will. But I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction if I can help it. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next token. Let's see. We got Jasmy. Okay, Jasmy was a huge mover in the last bull market, and I think that this token is going to do huge things in this bull market, only because of what the narratives in this bull market become about storage and security and things like that. And this particular blockchain is focused on providing data security and sharing in the IoT, which is information of things. Like there's DPIN networks that it's decentralized infrastructure. Like like I said, I covered in my first video, Hivemapper. That's a DPIN project. And it's committed to protecting user data, building decentralized metaverse world, which the last bull market metaverse flew, and we can cover that more in another video. I'm going to fly through a lot of these because there are a lot of them, and I want to get you guys some tokens now, because I missed like 3 days, and I'm trying to be more consistent with this. So, again, Jasmy token is going to be, a better performer now than it was in the last bull market, I believe, only because of what this particular bull market seems to be pumping with, is like AI, storage, all that stuff, because people want privacy for their information, and you can do that with these particular tokens. This is a privacy token for your information to be stored online. All right, and their last all-time high was February 21 at $4.79. Now, if we go back, let's just make sure. See, that's deceiving, right? So you can't really believe that all-time high, because what happens is a token gets released, it gets pumped, and this is a pump and dump type thing. So, but this is not like a pump and dump project, and it did still have a pump here after all of the other tokens seemed to start fizzling out, and this was like the last hurrah like token that had a pump, and it did pretty good. I mean, if you look, it's still 14 cents, 15 cents, 22 cents, 21 cents, and we're at almost 2 cents now. So if we revisit 20 cents, that's still a really good gain in the market. And I think realistically, with something like this, we could see higher gains than that, like 40 cents, 50 cents. So I don't know about seeing all-time highs again. Like I said, that's why, like, anytime you see something like that, you want to go and check and make sure that you're not buying into something based on information that you didn't do research on. That's why I keep telling you guys you have to do your own research on everything, because I don't want you getting burned, man. I really just don't. And that's why I'm doing this to begin with. I don't want, I don't want you guys spending your money on stuff and then you get burned, So, yeah. All right, the next one we got is Akash Network, okay? Akash Network is another really good one. It empowers users to run out compute capacity and procure services from other networks. So it's like if you have extra CPU or GPU power that you can rent out, or storage, then Akash will pay you in their network token, excuse me, to provide that. It's a proof of work token, and this is one that has already performed really well. It's up 1,400%, almost 1,500% over the year, and it did have a small run itself in the last bull run, but if you look at when it came out, April of 21 is late to be coming out in the previous bull run, because it kind of peaked out in November. So, and again, the narrative for this particular type of this architecture, you could call it, is what people are going to be investing in this particular bull market. So I would not hesitate to get Akash, but it is a little oversold. It did take a 10% dip over the last 7 days, so it is down a little bit, but it may continue down. We'll see. I would still buy it at this price if I was looking to get into it, but I can't say that's a good idea. But we do have a double bounce here, boom, boom. So we'll see what that does here. Next one. Let's see what we got. What is the next one I'm gonna show you guys? We can go with Chia. Chia is also a storage infrastructure token. It specializes in decentralized data management. It enhances security and regulatory compliance. And it's another one of those tokens where they pay you to host storage. So what people do is they get hard drives and configure them to run on the Chia network, or you can get pre-built Chia mining rigs, you could call them. And if you want more information on something like this, you can watch Voscoin. He gets in depth on all types of mining projects, and he's really big on Chia. This one has an absurd all-time high of $1,645.12. And if we look back, again, it's one of those. It exploded right off the bat, and this one did come out like mid bull market, because remember, COVID crash was the real beginning of something crazy on the last bull market here. So I mean, that's when it kind of after the fact it had a run in 21, but then it kind of fell off in June. It didn't really peak back out even in the in the hype of the highest part of the bull market, because I mean realistically Chia was not providing something that was looked for. But I don't know how well this one's going to perform, but I assume that this particular project now, that again storage is something that is going to be used in crypto a lot more, because people want to keep their information safe and off of public websites and things like that, so they'll be storing them there. So, you know, again, this is something that I believe may do better than it did last bull run, except obviously not hitting those all-time highs like the $1,400. But if we go back and look at like right here, July, well, that's 22. Let's go back to 21. October 21, we had $156. So maybe we could hit that again. That would be fantastic for anyone who bought this. You know, right now it's at $44, and it's not really. It has not pumped. So I mean, you could be taking a risk on this one, but you know, if you buy a couple shares of this and it goes up, you know, two X's, which you know, still like whatever. That's still an extra $100 each one. You know, each Chia. So if you're buying you $200. But yeah, that's not really something I'm into. I prefer something that, you know, is a lower market cap, that's going to it's going to have more gains because it's a lower market cap, or something that I know is going to pump higher because it has proof that it did the last time, like Arweave. Okay, Arweave is essentially the same type of thing but offers more. Okay, Arweave offers, I just want to get the facts straight here because I have so many of these types. It's a decentralized network that offers permanent data storage and hosting services. So it can host your network or give you data storage, and it is amazing on the charts compared to Chia. And this did the same thing last year in 2021 and performed outstanding. This is what you want to see: the peak of the last bull run with a high number. That'll give you some, at least for me, that's what I used for a lot of the other tokens that I've been looking into, based on its previous performance last bull run, knowing that they also kept building in the bear market, which Arweave did, and that is why it has exploded ever since the bull run picked back up. And let's go back. I mean, if you went back 3 months ago and picked up some Arweave, this is absurdly cheap. Look, $10, $9, $8, and if we can go back even further because it was cheaper, $5, $4 in September. Had you been like, oh man, crypto's bull market or Bitcoin halving is coming up in like 8 months, maybe I should think about buying more cryptocurrencies now, knowing what happened last time. And I didn't do that, and I feel like such a dummy because I know better, and I didn't make the right decisions, but I did buy stuff here, and I didn't buy Arweave. I should have. Look at this insane spike. So, you know, this is one, again, that I believe is going to go insane. This one will be really, really good. Okay? Flux. We got Flux. Flux is a proof of work token that is also paid directly to the miners for providing GPU. I'm sorry, no, they do VM, so virtual machine, and data storage. So another one that does data storage and offers virtual machine. I'm not sure if you guys know what virtual machining is. Actually, maybe I should explain that. Virtual machine is like a hosting service, like a big server that offers you GPU, CPU power because you don't have the money to build a computer that you need for your work or whatever you need it for. So what you do is you can rent this from them on a monthly basis or yearly basis, and you do it with this token. You have to buy this token in order to use the service. So the more people use Flux for their storage or for compute power, the more this token is going to go up. And I think this one will perform outstanding in this particular bull market due to that and its demand in the real world. So again, real world asset, real world like actual tangible things that can be used. And if you look, they're usually cheaper to use decentralized services over ones that are public right now. So, I would definitely look into that. All right. So another one we got here is Render. Render is a GPU lending company. So essentially, they allow people to rent out their graphics card power from their home devices. Or if you have like a server with a bunch of graphics cards, you can rent this out to people for what is it? I'm sorry, game rendering and things like that. So if you have projects that you need GPU power for, and you can't afford a 4090, or you can't afford one of those gigantic NVIDIA cards, like the A100s or something like that, you can rent one from Render, and this is the same deal. You have to use the Render token on their website in order to facilitate transactions. So the more people that use the Render website, the more Render token is going to increase. So if we look at the previous bull market run, it's already surpassing its all-time highs, because what I was just telling you about the previous tokens and storage and compute power that's going to be needed in the future for blockchain technology and just personal use of using graphics cards for rendering and compute power. So, this is going to be one of those tokens that I think is around forever. It's not going to be one of those, obviously when the market crashes, this will crash and like all the other tokens, but it's still going to maintain a value the next time we have a bull market for these tokens. So I think it's a really good project to look into if you have an interest in something that was really good the last time it ran in the bull market, and now also provides something that people actually need. So, just go ahead and take a look at that again, do your own research. Let's see what we got for the next one. Take a look, buddy. Let's see. We got Fetch AI. Let's take a look at Fetch AI. Fetch AI is flying, man. I got into Fetch AI pretty early. It is up 538% over the year, but if you look at the 30-day, it is cooking over the last 30 days at 330%. So another one I just want to show you. We're going to try to do this with all the tokens just to emphasize, man, you should have got in early. We all should have got in early. And, makes you feel like a real dummy when you didn't. But, just look at the continuous growth of this token over the last few years. A few months. So look at this. Boom. All right. So look how cheap it was, right? 36 cents in November. We could have got in so early at this, right? So I got in at 50 something cents on this, and I'm still holding. I have not sold any, and I don't plan on selling it. So I would definitely recommend holding this. And just so you know, I didn't actually give you a description of what this is, but Fetch AI helps users with everyday online tasks like booking flights, hotels. It's like an automated bot that helps you do basic tasks online that take a lot of time and research. So tell the bot, I want a flight for this price, and it finds it for you. It makes things very simple for you. And this is, again, so all these tokens that I'm showing you at the moment require you to use this particular token. This is all the same narrative, right? I'm giving you tokens that are required for use in the ecosystem in order to create a spike, right? So like the more people that use it, the more scarce the supply, the higher the price goes. So Fetch AI is going to be another huge narrative in this particular bull market, and it's already showing here. And I do have a couple other tokens that I can give you, and will give you. They're the next ones for AI, and will provide. I think honestly, this next one that I'm going to show you is probably one of the best ones because of it's not just AI in the sense of like it helps you do stuff, but it's just better all around. Like it's all right. I'm just gonna pull it up instead of jabbering about this because I have a bad habit of that. There you go. Let's see. XNA Neura AI. So what this does is it connects the Internet of Things together. So in Web 3. I was looking at the website. I took a look at it earlier. It's awesome. But it bridges the gap between the Internet of Things and all blockchain technology. So using AI technology. And this is a very early token. It has not really pumped much. And if you look at the market cap, it's only $38 million versus, you look at the Fetch AI. If it pumps like Fetch AI, look at that. It's way higher than this. So, if you follow that, you know what's going to happen with all AI tokens, especially one with a utility like this one. It actually has a really good reason to be bought and used. So again, and this is the same deal. You have to use this token on their platform in order to facilitate transactions, which creates scarcity of the token, which makes the token increase. Any token that you buy and invest in for long-term growth should be something that has a purpose. If it doesn't have a purpose or it doesn't fit a narrative, it doesn't always have to have a purpose. Some narratives, like meme coins, they just fly. But those aren't tokens that I'm looking to hold for the whole bull market. What happens with those is they usually go up, crash and burn, and they remain there for a really long time. So this is different. This is something that you hold until you feel that the bull market is at its peak for you, not what some YouTubers telling you, like myself. Do your own research. There's going to be a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's going to keep going to $280,000 if it hits 250K." Listen, if Bitcoin hits 200K, I'm going to be mostly sold at that point. I'm not waiting for 250 at 200K. So, anyway, that is a really good project due to market cap and its new nature to the crypto market. So I would just advise, if you're going to invest in anything, it would be this, but that's not financial advice. That's just friend to friend, me telling you what I've done as far as research on this token and seeing how early it is myself. So, and this is one that my buddy Mike, who I'm trying to get on the show with me to do some technical analysis so he can show us how to chart better. I've been trying to get together with this dude for a while. He's busy. We're all busy. So, but we got, I think it'd be a good opportunity for him to show us all together instead of me asking him all the time to try to hang out and do it. Because we're so busy, but I know he's doing charting all the time anyway, so maybe we can get him to just show us some stuff while he's doing it. So that's for a later here show, but we'll see what happens with that. My last AI call for the night is going to be, let's see, Clore AI. I actually owned Clore AI back in like December or something like that, and if we go take a look, I bought it in October and I sold it like December or something like that. Let's see, December. Yeah, I bought it before that then because I obviously wouldn't have taken a loss on it. I took, let's see, I have to open it up a little more. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, I bought it in the November area. I'd have to pull up the book and take a look at it because I have everything, all my transactions written down. And I sold it in December, so I did ride this up here because I knew AI was going to go, and it's just going to keep doing this throughout the whole bull market, in my opinion. I have to keep telling you that this is my opinion. It's not fact. This is not written in stone somewhere. But if I have to go off of what has been happening and what I see in the market, I mean, look at that, 95% in 30 days. That is not a bad gain. So, this 95% gain is something that people wait literally 9 years for in the stock market. The average person, or the average gain in the stock market for people is 10% a year. That's why I keep saying to everyone that I'm trying to get involved in this, that crypto is the way to go for the cycles that they go through when they spike, to get in here and get this money, because it's not going to be like this all the time. Obviously, I'm not going to be trying to hold, not that I'm not going to hold through the bear market. What I'm going to do is, once I sell everything and there's the crash, and what I consider the bottom of the crash, I will start dollar cost averaging my money back into the market to get in cheap for the next time this happens. So that's just my strategy. You can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got a few more for you guys. I'm trying to keep this short because there's so many, and like I said, I really wanted to just give you a whole bunch because I missed a few days, and these things are going to move, and you got to get a heads up on them now. It's not too late to get in, but you don't want to miss the parabolic spike after the halving and then be like, man, I wish I listened to this guy. And like I said, you can wait for a dip, and I highly suggest you do that, but I can't tell you that there actually is going to be a dip. So I advise waiting for it, but I'm also showing you data that proves that these should go up regardless, right? So the next one, and this one is poised to be one of the best buys on the market right now altogether, period. This is supposed to be the coin of all coins, besides Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all those other ones. I mean, Solana, all the ones that have really performed already, but this is one that is, from what I hear, seen in the market again myself, for its performance recently, suggests that this token will be humongous, because what it does, it actually connects all these networks together that can't communicate to communicate together easily. So it just makes, I don't know if you guys understand how hard it is to do transactions on Bitcoin, or not that it's hard, but how long it takes, and to make like Bitcoin's network talk with like the Ethereum network or all these other blockchains to talk to each other. And that's what Chainlink does. It makes it so that they can talk to each other without major delays. And this is really necessary when it comes to making blockchain technology fast and having fast transactions. So for that reason, I think Chainlink, along with a bunch of other people, think Chainlink, this particular bull market, will perform much better than any other tokens. Even though it has a humongous market cap at the moment, this is nothing compared to what it can do and shall do. But I can't guarantee that it's going to happen. But I have to say for myself that I think it will. Again, do what you will with that information. I don't blame you if you don't listen to me, but I wish you would. All right. Next thing we got, and I think this particular token, Pyth, is going to do fantastic, because it is literally the same type of token that Chainlink is, but it's new. It is on the Solana blockchain, and for that reason alone, because I am bullish on Solana, and if you don't understand why, just go take a look at the Solana chart, which, I'll pull up right after this. But anything that is on Solana is a quality project, right? They got Render is on Solana. Amazing project. HiveMapper, Solana. Amazing project. I mean, we could just pull up the ecosystem one day and just take a look at all of their projects, and pretty much all of them are amazing. I mean, Dogwoof Hat, amazing. I mean, Miro, amazing. Those are two awesome meme coins, which I'm going to go over today shortly. Let's take a look. We got, look at this, 25 cents. 25 cents, and now it's 84 cents. It was 25 cents in January, okay? You had bought in January and just rode this up and waited and you could still hold it. I mean, you could be. My point is, if you bought this then, you could at least have taken profits at this point. Most of these tokens, had you bought back in October, November, or earlier, you'd be in major green for those projects, and that's why I started buying them then. And but I have to tell you that I have not sold most of my projects. Like, the only things that I've sold are meme coins. Anything to do with insecurity, minus one, I will say. I have been holding one meme coin, and I will show you, and it's kind of a hilarious token. But well, actually, I'm holding three, but one that doesn't have like a really huge backing, or didn't have a huge backing at first. I bought it day one when it was released, and that, again, if you can get in then, regardless of how low that token goes, you'll probably always be in the green because you got it day one early. So the next one we're going to go into meme coins now. These don't even need explanations because they literally have no purpose. But we all see what happens with these coins all the time, and we're going to go with the meme coin of all meme coins. Doge is the first one we're going to go into. I mean, look at that thing, is performing amazing over the last few months. Even the last year is up 135%. And we all know what happened when Elon ran his mouth about Dogecoin. And I got a little story about this one. I bought way back here, and I bought a whole turd load of these things back in 2021. Like, way back here. Like, here. Like, I don't know. Wow, okay. Like here. Like here. You know, way before all this happened. Like, I don't remember the exact price. The price was extremely low, okay? And I wish I had written down the number, because all the numbers. I did the calculation, and it was over $500,000 that I would have blown had I held it and waited for this spike. 68 cents. You can't dwell on those things. These are things that you learn. I mean, you buy these things and think, oh, it's not moving, I'm just going to get rid of it and buy something else, when who the hell knows what's going to happen with a meme coin. And this is kind of what I'm getting at. Like, boom, it went here. Look at how high that went. It just dumped off and never came back up. But I think we could probably revisit the 60, 70 cent mark. You know, it may hit all-time high and hit 70 cents. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Who knows what's going to happen with this? All I know is there's a lot of people running Dogecoin miners, and they're taking the supply. So, I mean, theoretically, as long as they're not selling and they're just mining away, in a bull market, this could fly up. People are going to buy Dogecoin. I mean, look at it. It's already at 18 cents almost, and it's already been over 18 cents. I think we've hit 20 cents in the last couple. Let me see. Yeah. Either way, I mean, yeah, look, it had to. I remember it has. Either way, yeah. We'll go ahead and get into another one. We got the Solana blockchain meme coin, another one. Bonk, okay? This one, look at this, 5,554% over the year. And I may be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure when Solana releases so they have phones, right? They have a cell phone that they release with tokens on them. And I'm pretty sure when they release the phones, they release them with a bunch of bonk on them, which is why this goes insane. So they lock up all these tokens, they put them on the phone, release the phone with these tokens, and people can sell them, but the token's already been locked up. Boom. Look at this. And people bought this in the beginning, and they went crazy over this bonk. I bought it and sold it like a dummy. I should have held it. Look at this. I don't know if maybe I'll get re-involved with this one. I don't know. I mean, look at this run. Amazing. Even in the last month. All right. I'm just going to run through the meme coins because there's not really much to explain about them. No utility. They don't do anything. Literally useless. I guess SHIB, they actually have their own like swap site and stuff like that. They're trying to build some kind of utility, I guess, but it's still a meme coin. I don't know. That's not something that, I mean, I do hold SHIB. I will say that because I'm trying to catch. They get crazy candles, man. I want to catch one of them. I missed the last one. I'm not missing this next one. I bought the dip on that one. All right, so next one we're going to show you Kake. Cock-Inu token. I bought this one way back here. I told you I bought it day one. So I'm doing pretty good right now. I don't know. Up to you if you want to buy this one. I think this one's going to just fly in the bull market anyway. This is an AVAX meme coin, and I don't know if you remember when I told you about AVAX in my first video, but that also flew over the last couple days, even though when Bitcoin was taking a dump, AVAX flew. So I'm not sure how it's performing right now, but I'm assuming it held its own, and we'll take a look at that right at the end of the video. The next project we got is, I actually mentioned it already, is Dog with Pat. This is another Solana project. Look at that, a 22% gain today, and 81% over the last 7 days, 300% over the last 14 days, and almost a damn 1,000%. Look at that, 3/4 of it, almost there, almost to, look at that, almost to 1,000% in 30 days. You know, you want to catch this one on a dip and go with it. I mean, I've seen crazier things happen with tokens that mean nothing. And the next one I'm going to show you is actually going to probably be my favorite token, not only because of who is on the token, but because of what they're doing. Okay, and they're also on the Solana blockchain. And they did insane numbers, and I think it's because this is one of the only projects that actually have a utility or a reason to actually exist in the market. And that is none other than the MAGA token. This token is so awesome. I know it looks kind of dreadful right now, and I would buy this. I would buy this. Now, if you look at the performance of this token over the last 30 days, look at that, 173%. We're just going to go with the max real quick. Look at this, back in September. 2 cents, man. Imagine buying a bag of that and just holding it and riding that up. These are tokens that I wish I knew even existed, man. And I did get a couple of these myself, just to hold because the elections are coming up, and your man's really trying to go. I mean, I can't say I don't admire that man at the moment, the way he is trying to make a comeback and fighting all of these allegations in court while also simultaneously running a campaign for presidency. But this isn't about political anything. This is just, the fact that this is going to be influenced by the presidency or the election is part of the reason why I'm holding this meme coin. And I actually do hold Cock-Inu, like I said, because it's an AVAX. It's an AVAX token. And the reason I hold SHIB is because it has a previous history of spiking in the previous bull market. And the same reason I hold Doge is for that reason. And I'm actually at a heavy loss on Doge because I rode that one to the top and didn't sell after the whole craze with Elon Musk getting involved. I was like, oh, it's not going to crash, but it did. It's like everything. Anyway, the reason I'm so bullish on MAGA token, besides the fact that the election's coming up, is the reason they exist. Like I said, they actually donate part of their cryptocurrency to U.S. veterans protecting children. Okay, and look at that so far. Look at that, donated 185.5 Ethereum. If we go ahead and take a look at the price of Ethereum, let's take a look, guys. Where is this? Ethereum is 3,000. Let's see, get the calculator out. We got the calculator. All right, we got $3,764.80 times, what do we have here? 185.5. So times 185.5. They've donated $698,370 to veterans and protecting children. I can't say that I know of a cryptocurrency company at the moment that's doing anything like that. And I would hold this token just because of that. This is really an actual Patriot token, regardless of what you think about Trump. The reasoning behind the token existing is the simple reason why I'm holding it. All right, and I told you I'd show you Solana's performance, and the reason I'm bullish on Solana, and why I think this is probably going to be, as far as layer one, it's going to be the best performing token in the top 10 for me. Could be wrong. I mean, Bitcoin's going to go insane, but for the gain that Solana is going to post compared to where it is now, it will outperform Bitcoin in my opinion. Look at this. It has not even beat all-time high of the previous bull, and the ecosystem has expanded so much on Solana that it's impossible, in my opinion, it is impossible that we do not see Solana at an all-time high at the end of this bull market. That's my opinion. You can ask anyone who knows anything about the crypto market that would tell you the same thing. I mean, $259.96 is the previous all-time high. And if you look at the price now, I mean, literally, in the last 24 hours, it's gone up almost 10% and almost 25% over the last 7 days. So, for me, it doesn't seem like it's impossible. It seems almost impossible that it won't happen. So, yeah, that is all I have today for tokens. This has been quite the long video again, 50 minutes, but I did give you a lot of information. Again, if you want to look into any of this, I suggest you pause and take a look at each one and see which one you think may fit your portfolio for what you're trying to do. I'm going to try to post more often so they don't have to be as long. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good night and enjoy the rest of your day tomorrow. And hopefully this reaches enough people that it starts to spread, and I'll have a bigger reason to actually make better videos. Because right now I know my camera's probably not the best quality, but I'm not going to start investing into something like this unless I have a reason to. This is good enough for now. But I hope you guys have a great night and enjoy. Thank you.